What is up, guys? Control here, and today's deck is going to be kind of a throwback one with a little bit of a different twist. It's very reminiscent of Open Beta when Elusive was super strong. Basically, what we're playing today is a list from a player from Asia named TealRed. This is one that is based on winning really fast, and something that I haven't really been doing too often, which is a really fast aggro deck. This one is, not my favorite kind of version of aggro because it's based on elusive, so it's like not super interactive, but the board-based type of aggro with like spiders right now is pretty weak. So we jammed a couple games of this, and honestly, it was insane. I'll probably play it a little bit more today, but the climb was so fast, man. Within an hour, we went 9-2. So that's super good, really quick games. I mean, 11 games in an hour, and winning 9 of them, only losing 2 is just absolutely nuts for climbing. So maybe we can see if it's possible to maybe hold top 100 with this, because, I mean, with the Teemo Sedge deck, I mean, our win rate was really high, but the games were taking a while, and it was just so hard to maintain it because, I mean, nobody at high ranks plays this game. They all camp. Anyways, stopping with the complaining, back to the deck. Why does this work? So you only have one drop, which is a Blade Scout, which is honestly one of the weirdest parts of the deck for me. Blade Scout is obviously pretty good. 2-1 with Elusive. You can continue to bounce it over and over again with effects like Retreat, Conspirator, Solitary Monk, which is good. You get a bunch of 2s. Obviously, the Burn Aggro kind of package of 2 drops with Crimson Disciple and Imperial Demolitionist, which is really strong. And one of the key ways you actually just break your opponent's kind of Nexus and pop them down to 0 health is that combo, which is very reminiscent of last patch with just straight up burn. It's still broken. These 2 cards together are very strong. You get one of my favorite cards in the game, Brothers Bond, which does work very well with elusive cards and netted me a lot of wins yesterday. So one of the ones that has kind of just escaped the metagame and not really seen play recently. Happy to bring it back though. Next up, we got the Duo plus Conspirator. Pretty self-explanatory, both just good elusive cards. Conspirator obviously nerfed to a 2/2, which kind of sucks, but it's still an elusive card, which is strong. Now to the more interesting things, I guess the spells that are good. Retreat is very good at protecting your units from removal. You also have a lot of cards that really do synergize well with the bounce effects, one of them being Shadow Assassin. After Retreat, you can just play one from your hand with the return for 1 mana as well. So you can like Retreat a Blade Scout, then play Return on the Shadow Assassin even. So you get the 1 mana Shadow Assassin in, and you get the summon effect, which is pretty good. Also good with the Demolitionist Disciple combo, obviously, to just get those popping off again. And Transfusion is obviously insane with Disciple. We all know that from the burn again. And also just pretty good in the case of keeping your elusive units alive. Just basically what all the spells kind of are there to do, other than Bond, is protect your elusive units, make it so they live, and don't allow them to die. That's about all they're doing. Help you push more damage, etc. Next up, we got the 3s, Shadow Assassin, Solitary Monk. Again, just really strong elusive units. Solitary Monk is going to be the one you want to play on 3 basically every game. This card is absolutely nuts in the sense that, just does a 5th of your opponent's Nexus health already, just on turn 3 if you're on odds, which is absolutely insane. Definitely want you want to be looking for in your mulligan every game. With this list, I'm almost even happy just like never playing a unit on turn 2. Maybe going like Blade Scout on 1, and then Monk on turn 3. Bounce the Blade Scout back, or even just passing the first 2 turns so you have mana for like a Twin Disciples maybe to protect the Monk. And for the end game of the deck, you get Twin Disciples again as a defensive or offensive spell. More likely, it's going to be a defensive one. I don't really use this offensively a lot. It's very nice for protecting yourself from thermos or get excited, just stuff like that. 1 Deny, I think 1 Deny is nice. It's sweet to have in there. Deny is a good card, pretty self-explanatory. And the Will of Ionia, I mean, we don't have to talk about this too much. I think this card is turbo imbalanced. It's super strong, and a pretty easy 3F in the list, in my opinion. It's like you see a Vi come down, Vi, see you later, Vi, have a good day. That's about all you do with that. So then they don't challenge all of your elusive units, and their turn 5 is going to pass. Feels really good against those Heimer decks, so that's one of the sweet things you can do. And the finisher is Windfear Hatchling, which kind of just rewards you for playing really wide with the elusive units. And even stuff like the Disciple and Demolitionist, if they stick around, they can be very useful with the Hatchling. I think it's definitely a good top end finisher and one card that will surprise a lot of people for the next couple days. So I would say if you're looking to climb, you're not masters yet, you don't really know how to get there, maybe try this list out. It's pretty straightforward. You play elusives, you keep them alive. That's about the gist of this list. I would say there are like some small things that you know, you can get really good at the higher levels of playing it better, which is just basically not playing your units into your opponent's removal and you know, using your spells correctly. But for the most part, it's a very straightforward deck. Just try and play for the monk on 3. That's about it. And you know, finish games with the hatchling and Will of Ionia, other big stuff. Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty straightforward deck, one that is you know, good to pick up. And I mean, it's championless, so it is pretty cheap. You know, a lot of people will not like playstyles like this, but I think for decks like this to be in the metagame is a good thing, just so people don't play turbo greedy decks. This is one of the ones that will keep those in check. Myself, I would really like it if we could play spiders instead of this and have spiders be really, really good. Fortunately, they've been nerfed a little bit too much. I mean, you can see the same thing about elusives, but I mean, the elusive cards are still pretty strong if you ask me. So, kind of sucks. Again, I'd rather play board aggro, but we're playing elusive aggro and it works really, really well. Again, going to be jamming this on stream a little bit. I'll be going live at about 2 p.m. PST. So, you know, basically when this video is live, actually. Yeah. So check the stream out if you guys want. I'm live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday at 2 p.m. PST. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy the deck. Stream link and deck code in the comments. I guess description. Yeah. Leave a comment though and a like. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Vi Timo. I think Vi Sejuani is maybe a little bit better, but that's okay. Easy hard maul here for us, I think. Unfortunate. I mean, we really run the one drop anyways, like just the Blade Scout, right? So it's not that likely that you know, we're gonna hit it, but I think we still kind of do want to hit it. Okay, that's fine. So we probably played Disciple on our defense. Maybe actually we do just go duo anyways. Okay, Teemo, that's fine. So I mean, our duo's gonna have to trade the Teemo. Unfortunate, that's how it goes though. So now I probably just play the Monk on 3 and save the spell mana for like a Disciple on turn 4 potentially. Spoils, that's good. For him at least, not so much for us, but it's okay. Realistically, I mean, we're just going to be looking to get to 7 and play the hatchling this game. That's going to be about the game plan, I think. He will have like Mystic Shots and stuff, so it's not like these duos are going to live that often. You know, even this Monk here could just die after we make the attack. It's not like burn though, it's a little bit different. Definitely similar though, I would agree. Okay, Thermo. So we just hit the Twin Disciple here. I believe that's worthwhile. Like, I do want the attack in, so then keeping it alive is definitely good. And I mean, you get rewarded a little bit there for just saving the mana there. So not blocking doesn't really make too much sense, just because, I mean, I'm always going to block the Teemo. So he just took 4 damage for no reason, basically. That's how I view that, at least. Now here we have Disciple plus Demolitionist, so I mean, we could just go for that. I'd probably just let him get the 4 now. That's about it. And since you can't Mystic Shot now, I guess it's not even just Mystic Shot, you can't remove anything with 0 mana. It just makes sense to go for the Disciple here. Next round is just going to be duo plus the Shadow Assassin, I think. I guess Vi makes this matchup a lot better for him than Sedgewood, right? Because he can challenge all of the elusive units still. Kind of a 5-head play. Mystic, sure, that's fine. Give me my card draw. That's really good. Another Demolitionist is sweet here. Super, super good. It's just like another 4 damage. Thermo, that's fine. We know mana to react, so I mean, you just have to take it, unfortunately. And we get the 2, nice. That's kind of nuts, just bouncing the Demolitionist and the Disciples back. That's actually pretty insane if that's something you can do with this list. Obviously, they are still pretty expensive to play, but it is still really good that you can do that. That's unfortunate. Fizzle. Then I think we want to save the spell mana just so we can go hatchling plus bond next round. The 2 elusive units should connect, and we should win with that. Should be fine. So I don't really think there's that much you can do into exactly just this, right? Like, it's kind of an oppressive situation that we've set ourselves up to be in. Where, I mean, our opponent really just does not have that much he can do to answer. Because he can block 1 elusive unit. But, I mean, we still just have lethal with the bond no matter what. I mean, he could, like, thermo one of them. Then, like, do stuff like that, I guess. So that would be his out, I guess you could say. Vi doesn't really do enough. So I can just, I mean, I would attack with the 4/5s, I guess, anyways. Because they trade all of these, it's just 5 that they don't trade into. So we still do this. You ever worried about Brittle Seal? I think no, I think this is just a line. Where if he Brittle Seals the 4/2, we at least clear the Vi off. We're not worried about too much for next round, and then we should still just win the game the round after on 9. Okay, GG. So I mean, it played out in a very similar fashion how we thought it would, where we just went for hatchling on 7 and popped off then, which is kind of what you do with these type of elusive decks, really. There's not like too much more to them than that. Katarina, Yasuo. Probably jamming the OG Mogwai deck. And so that's dude, it should be fine. We're on odds. Get the Blade Scout. Okay, pretty good. This card's bonkers, dude. Not gonna lie. Would not be surprised if it's a 3/3 in the near future. But like the thing is, like, as a 3/3, this card's not really like that great at all. It's one of the things in card games, right? Like, just one stat off of a card can make it broken or make it, you know, really underwhelming. In the case of Solitary Monk, it would make it, you know, relatively underwhelming. So if I don't take the open attack, he can stun the Monk, and I feel like that happens a good portion of the time. So I think I just take the open attack here. It makes more sense to me than just doing that right away. Okay, well, we can do this now. Bounce the Blade Scout back to the hands. Sure, that's fine. No real issues with that. Katarina's not the best unit for him either here, because she is just gonna like recall. So he gets leveled up cat, that's fine.
No one gets in my way. I'll try anyone.
The classic turn 4 Disciple plus Demolitionist, I think, is just the move here. So he can Intimidating Roar next round is one of the things that that can happen here. For considering that, would we ever just play? I mean, the elusive units aren't even very good here, so I think it does just make sense with the line that I just took to continue. And, you know, just play these units. The Roar will always be good, and we can't really do anything about that. And I don't think there's really that much to talk about in that case, right? If anything, we should be talking about is just open attacking here, rather than giving him the option to play the Intimidating Roar. How high can you push with King Cow Elusive? Sublist? I mean, so to get high on ladder, I mean, it's about consistently playing well for sure, but a lot of climbing on ladder is about just getting good matchups consistently as well. So I mean, I would say as long as the metagame is favorable for it, you know, people are playing decks that are a little bit more greedy in nature, you're going to be able to climb with a deck like this relatively well. That would be, yeah, my answer, basically. As long as people are trying to play really slow lists that pop off later on in games, you'll do fine. Okay, so I think because he only has 2 mana, it makes more sense for me to play the Conspirator and then replay the Demolitionist here, over going for the Monk.
For the Empire.
So I don't think there's going to be any option for 2 mana to actually remove that, so this should be a good plan. Okay. Intimidating roar. Oh no, he did it. The madman. Definitely good.
I will follow this path until the end.
So I think for us now, all we really want to do is go wide. GG, yeah. So I think we just would play elusive units and just win there in most cases, right? Like it's cool that he can do that, but the thing is, the intimidating roar really mattered a couple turns ago when we played around it by open attacking. Deep is okay. They do get a lot of cards that say challenge on them. I think this is just a hard mulligan. Not the best hands. It's actually quite bad. So because they have Gel Hunters and Maokai and Thresh with challenge, I think this matchup can actually be relatively difficult. They also have a lot of ways to heal. We are playing Ionia though, so I mean we're playing an imbalanced faction, so we have this card, which is pretty unfair. It's a 2-drop. I am in fact playing the TealRed list. You are right, my friends. I don't know too much about TealRed other than I've seen him play against Navi a bunch, and he usually beats Navi, which I think is quite funny. So I'd say I'm a fan of the guy just based on that. Why is he healing a lot? I don't like that. So even if I do this, I mean, he's healing for 5 here, right? So it's almost like we're not doing damage. We're still doing this though. Like, it's still just a play. And then I can't, well, I mean, I'm not really going to return either of these, right? Like, it's not the move here. I should go 2-1 into that, I guess, though. And I guess 2-3 into 1-2. Or he could just sit if that's what he wants to do as well. I'm fine with that. It's okay. Pass. The game wants us to play Brothers Bonds. That's what I'm getting out of this. The Deep list also plays an elusive card, so 5 mana 3/3 deep. So something like this, I think. Probably going to be a transfusion type of turn. Should be good. Not really getting value from the return yet, or the retreat, sorry, which is kind of bad. But I think I'm okay with it. I mean, it's it feels like so far what we're doing makes sense, which I think is pretty important. As long as I can, you know, logically kind of just like go through what I'm doing with my turn and say that I think it makes sense, I'll usually end up being happy. Pass. Duo's pretty good too. So, I don't like the tree, but I don't think we really carry that much. So bond for next round. Withering Whale's not that good for him because we have the Disciple. I think we will just commit this still. Point today. I put a lot of GP control already, and now we're finishing the day off with a little bit of some aggro. Yeah, some elusive aggro stuff. Definitely been popping off with it too. We've been winning games really quickly, actually. Am I attacking with the Disciple as well? The transfusion now, so it kind of makes sense too. Problem is he has 9 mana to react with, right? So there's a lot of spells you can use that are going to be good here then. Withering Whale, okay. That's 4 of his mana, so he's really not left with too much mana to do anything with, so I think something like this makes sense. And with the bonds, we technically could have lethal here. 4 mana, I'm going to say he doesn't have double feast, so I think I should double buff this and then buff each of these one time. With the bonds. And that should just be the play. Kind of disgusting. And that's just a dub, man. A dub out of nowhere. He gets a free dab for that one. Let's go. Whew. Man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, no, I think that was the right play for sure. I feel like a lot of time when you're playing aggro, especially a deck like this, Not all of the time, right? Like maybe you have a read that they have like, you know, a certain removal card, but a lot of the time in a lot of matchups, I think the correct play is going to be for you to just go in and force your opponent to have the answer to card. I don't really like the duo one too because of Make It Rain. I feel like it's kind of bad. I might even want to like mulligan it away actually. It might be like this. The Monk's really good. So we can just save spell mana until we play Monk and then go from there. We are on evens though, which makes this a little bit weird, but that's okay. I think it's still the same thing where I feel like playing this is kind of just a waste of my turn. And it won't really lead to, you know, situations where I'm that happy. I think about Draven Ezreal a lot. I think it could be good. With Flock. Yeah, I don't know if I really see that's that great. It could definitely work though. I don't think I'd say it's like a top tier deck or anything, but I mean, that's something that would work, yeah. I think if you're playing Ezreal, you probably want to play him with Karma. And if you're trying to play him in like an aggressive fashion, I probably wouldn't go for like that much of a board-oriented kind of gameplay style. If you want to play like aggro in this game, you're usually forced to play things that are less interactive, like elusives or burn spells. You know, on the more interactive kind of side there, you have things like I think I should do this because I have return for the Shadow Assassin here. So go duo first. I guess I would play the Disciple first because like if I play duo first, you can just make it rain right away and that's always good. Whereas the Disciple kind of makes it worse. It's unlucky. I lose one attack though, but that's fine. I think it's still the right play. That's a tragedy, my friend. He's the wrong emote. Absolutely unfortunate for a friend here. Yeah, I would just say that aggro is generally, you know, not the archetype that gets the most love in this game, and I don't think that too much about that's going to change. So I would say if you're, you know, thinking about playing aggro, you should, be aware that you're probably going to want to play decks that are a little bit stronger in nature, and have less kind of interactive kind of ways to make it work. Am I going to retreat this? Probably. I think that's a good call here. Then I would straight up play the Monk. Did it actually not? Wow, that is tragic for him. Holy shit. That is actually so sad. But, okay. I guess it's, I mean, it's not that likely that you would actually hit it that many times, right? So I shouldn't say it's actually tragic. It's just kind of likely, actually, that that would be the outcome. Yeah, I would kind of just say that is kind of just likely. Sure. I could technically naturally play double Shadow Assassin next round, so maybe I just play Conspirator. Because then I have Lethal. I feel like that should be better.
There's always a way out.
He could like Sejuani, I guess, too, though. So I mean, it's not like guaranteed, but it if it works, it's gonna be a good look. He played 3 Make It Rains already, right? Let's see. Okay, so maybe I don't do duo then. It's not elusive. He has 2 mana. We should win here. With the bond, we definitely win. Nice. So this is like a really, really fast, like 5-0, 6-0 with this list, man. It's just a little bit nutty, man, because a lot of decks really aren't expecting anything aggressive to be on ladder right now, and this list is just one that really takes advantage of that, I'd say.